But it's always interesting after a day off to look at the scores on the Diana doors. I'll just get rid of Have I Got News For You? One of my little luxuries in Thailand. Have I got news for you? Chelsea against Everton. Well, one-way traffic. This could seal Everton's fate. Absolutely superb. It's that boy again, Cole Palmer. What a day he had. 4 goals for Mr. Palmer. That is some serious hindrance for Everton. They still remain 2 points above the relegation zone and a game in hand over 19th, 18th and 17th. So it's not all doom and gloom. Head to the safety of that 30-plus point barrier and they might be okay. Chelsea got very little to play for anymore. 13 points shy of European places and time is running out. But they have 2 games in hand over the Hammers and a game in hand over a large proportion of these. So must get the win, get to 50 points at least and let the cards fall where they may. Dundalk and Bows, still too early in the season for us to have a strong opinion in the Irish First Division, Premier Division. Fiorentina and Genoa. Well, if Genoa scored first, that could have been a possible angle in. And indeed, Gudmundsson scoring a penalty. This is something the likes of Stephen Francis would point out. Penalties, own goals, it just takes the gloss off the lead, doesn't it? And particularly when you're away from home against an odds-on favourite, there's a good opportunity for the Viola to get a result here, and they've got a draw. So that was your angle out. Angle in, angle out. Nice and simple. Atalanta and Verona. Well, this is 2 points dropped for Atalanta. But how important is this for Verona, whose logo looks a little bit like a jockstrap? This is a little unfortunate. Well, Verona are 1 point above the relegation zone, so just that point is keeping them above, and they've got a clear goal difference over Frosinone. Quite clear, 9 goal difference against Frosinone, which could be crucial at the end of the season. So even just that 1 point, just psychologically important for Verona. It just gives them that slight gap. So no wonder they're fighting and battling. Did they score first at any stage, or did they lead at any stage? No, they didn't. It's that boy Scamacca again. Caused havoc at Liverpool. Lazovic and Noslin getting the 2 goals for Verona. Good result for Verona, you'd have to say. As you can see, the importance of just that single goal. Valencia getting the win against Osasuna. And Allsvenskan, just have a look at the results. The usual suspects, Malmo, Häcken at odds on, delivering. Did Bromma lead at any stage? That's what you'd be looking for. Indeed, they did. A 1-2 lead for Bromma. And now, I would have played this, given the fact that you've already got a goal from Häcken. So obviously they can score against this lot. It is risky because it's only the second, well, it's only very early in the Allsvenskan season. We don't have a strong set of form lines. But I think I would have had a go here with a 1-2 lead for Bromma. So early in the match as well, 25th minute. No time to panic at all. Ample time to get out of jail for Häcken. So that could have been a real good play for you yesterday had you taken that one on board. Did the red card prove the catalyst for Hammarby? Not really. They were already done and dusted before the red card came out. Simple job for Galatasaray as well. Those were the main matches yesterday. And on to today. It's dominated, of course, by the Champions League. And what I've done for you with the Champions League, I've taken the Soccerway and Soccer 24, mixed it up a bit with AI, and I've come up with a little conclusion here. This is a second leg, I believe. Slender 1-goal advantage over Dortmund. Right. I've got these backwards. Schoolboy error. Excuse me for a sec. There we go, all fixed. So let's have a look. There's a 1-goal advantage. Dortmund, Atletico Madrid. Very impressive at the weekend, Atletico Madrid against a tough Girona. That will lay down a good marker for them today. Atletico edge past Dortmund with a 2-1 win. We could see both teams to score today as well. But I wonder if there's going to be a slight difference. You saw the first legs, both teams to score, high goal scoring events. At least one side tending to score 2 goals. Now I wonder what the second legs are going to look like. Are they going to be a lot tighter? And with the first leg results to hand. Because it was a really strong first leg stat. Both teams to score over 3.5 goals tended to be the usual. Both teams have shown attacking prowess with 3 or more goals scored in each of Atletico Madrid's last 5 games. Dortmund are unbeaten in 9 straight Champions League home games, which is quite something. As ever, these are what I term derby-style matches. Are very tight, very tough to unpack as well. Similar story, Barcelona PSG 2.15 the favourite. Barca hold a slim 1-goal advantage as they host PSG in the second leg. There was a very good match with the Desmond Tutu ending in the first leg with I think it was a 3-2 Barcelona win. Now this is not game over at all. PSG certainly have the capability. Over-reliance though on Kylian Mbappe, of course. 78% of PSG league games this season have seen more goals in the second half. That could be something for you to think about, because they need to score, Barcelona. Southampton against Preston, this looks absolutely obvious. 3 wins and a draw in the last 4 at home for Saints. Scoring in the last 17. Both teams have scored in the last 7. I wouldn't, I would welcome a Preston opening goal, because I think Preston would be liable. 2-2 in the last head-to-head. 15 goals scored at home in the last 15 minutes. So if Southampton need a win late on, they do have the ammunition to do so. Only 3 losses for Preston since the 27th of Jan, but they've not beaten a top 7 side away from home. That's what they have to overcome. We also have English League 1 and English League 2. So it looks like a potential late night for me tonight. English League 1, English League 2. I'm not going to research as ever, but take our initial cues from the market. Peterborough have to come back off a ridiculous loss last match, which came against Oxford from absolutely nowhere. 5-0. I don't know what on earth happened there for Peterborough. Look at the standings and you'll see the motivation factor. They are still within grasp of Derby. They've got 2 games in hand over Derby. Win those 2 and they're on to 83 points. So it's crucial to get a win today for Peterborough. They must at least ensure that all of these sides waiting in the wings for a slip-up for any of these promotion playoff teams don't catch them. Different scenario for Fleetwood. They can still get out of here, old Tommy. A win will take them to 40 points today, which will be crucial, which will bring all this lot into the equation as well. So this is a match you can't discount. A good performance from Fleetwood. And don't forget, Peterborough have been beaten at shorter odds than this at home very, very recently. Talk about a 1-4 defeat. So I don't think we can really take the odds at this stage of the season as a strong indicator that the results you expect will come. Pompey, top of the tree against Barnsley. Look at their standings to see motivation. 91 points, the only side in the league on 90 plus points. They're getting ever so close to automatic promotion. Their interest, Portsmouth, is on the points tally for 3rd. That's the side who could knock them off their automatic promotion perch, but they look safe as houses at the moment. But Barnsley, top 5 side. A win today for Barnsley takes them to 78 points. Further cements automatic promotion and could have them knocking on the door of an 80 plus point barrier as well, which will be crucial for them. English League 2, Mansfield odds on, Stockport County odds on, and Walsall odds on. Let's just have a look at the odds on teams. Get to know the standings. Mansfield are there or thereabouts at the top. Third, they've got one of the automatic promotion spots. They will remain in the automatic promotion spots regardless of the result today. But of course, they could break into the 82-point barrier with a win today. So talk about motivation for Mansfield. Only the third side to hit the 80-plus point barrier if they can get the win. But again, Accrington Stanley, well, it looks a good league as far as relegation is concerned. Only 2 places, and Accrington are 14 points above the relegation zone with a game in hand. They look safe as houses now. And don't forget, there's only a matter of 11 points to the automatic promotion spots. So get a win today. You're up there on 57. You're edging ever closer, but the matches are running out. Notts County and Stockport, we know where Stockport are, right at the very top. 86 points. And they've got a game in hand over Wrexham, so they could do... they look automatically promoted. I think they've already qualified, so that puts a whole dampener on that. Stockport can play, bring their grandmothers out and play. It's dead rubber for Stockport. Notts County, 58 points, 18 points above the relegation zone. This is a dead rubber. So we're lurching into that state of the season now where some of these matches are dead rubbers, and I would caution you to be very cautious, to be very careful if you're going to trade dead rubbers, because there's no motivating factor. So watch out for that now at this stage of the season. When you see these arrows, they've already qualified. Walsall and Swindon. Walsall have a small matter of a win today, taking them equal on points with 7th place Crawley. So talk about motivation for them. Swindon, again, only 2 places in the relegation zone. 13-point gap. They look relatively safe. The onus is on Walsall today to get 3 points. If they do, they've got a real shot at automatic at the promotion playoff places. I'll get it right one day. So those are our main matches today. The Finnish Cup is likely to be too illiquid to play, but you can bet that any Finnish Veikkausliiga side is going to give it 100% with the matches lacking recently, with only 2 matches into the season. Apart from that, nothing much else. So one lesson to learn today. There might be some dead rubbers. Oslo against Strømsgodset, 2.5 the favourite so early in the Eliteserien season. Not going to bother with that one just yet. Sporting Lisbon normally do the business against Famalicão. And Liverpool, aren't they after the Sporting manager? That'd be a strange fit for Liverpool. So Sporting at the top. Game in hand over Benfica. Famalicão right in the middle there. But still, it's a very tight at the bottom. 27 to 35. That's a 5-point difference. So they can be caught for Famalicão. Season is not over for them yet. Scottish League 1 likely to be too illiquid to play. And that's it for this evening. So Champions League, we've got the first legs to work off. English League 1, English League 2 and the Championship. Be very careful of any dead rubbers that might show up. So I think before we start this evening, it'd be best to work through a few of these matches, make sure these sides still have something to play for. So it's a simple operation like this, and you'll see the sides here. Cambridge on 46 points, definite need for more points for them. Only 2 wins away, Port Vale, from catching Cambridge. Bristol Rovers on 54. Season's pretty much over now. They look safe. Mid-table mediocrity for them. So that's something, an exercise to do a bit later on. Work through all of these sides. Make sure there's no dead rubbers like the Stockport match. Stockport, nothing to play for. Wrexham, nothing to play for. But plenty to play for still here. You'll notice in the standings those arrows will indicate as soon as a side has guaranteed themselves automatic promotion or anything like that. So you'll see that arrow appear, and then your interest in that side for the rest of the season should end. Let's have a look at the tennis before we depart. Monte Carlo. I like to retrospectively trade, and I would recommend you do so as well if you're new to tennis. Use the odds initially, and then after the odds. So 1.5 the favourite. We could have done with Evans winning that first set. That would have been very good indeed. That's what you expect. 1.29, 1.67. Again, good result for Bautista Agut at the end there. Local in his local tournament. Watch out for the locals. They can overperform. You can see here for Landolce. Something like a 1.8 to 2.0 is basically even Stevens. So you'd logically expect 3-setter, wouldn't you? That's occurred twice here. It doesn't happen all the time. But you're normally expecting a competitive affair. Probably similar rankings as well. 69th against 43rd. So very tight in the rankings. And you add that to very tight market, and you could assume a 3-setter. And the ATP continues in Bucharest on the clay. French Open will be next. That's why we've got the clay court tournaments. All high quality affairs as well. So that's a good result, 1.67. The favourite loses the first set and a tiebreaker. That's what you want to see. Fight back afterwards. Losing on a tiebreaker just means that Gaston won the right point at the right time. Also look for fellow countrymen, countrywomen playing each other, because they'll obviously know each other from the Davis Cup. That can also sometimes skew the market's favouritism. Munich. Again, a local boy in Munich getting the results. Local boy overperforming. Really good first set. Tiebreaker. So some good stuff. But no ultra strong plays. Well, we're getting to the stage now. This is your time for tennis throughout the summer. So if I do have time, the problem is I'm doing the late nights for you as well. I don't want to be stuck all day long on the tennis as well as the football. But it's there for you. The results are all there, going back a week or so. Do take advantage. If you could just work your way through, look at the odds. Now look at the rankings. 123rd against 213th. Would you have trusted 213th in the world as a 1.62 favourite? I wouldn't. So I probably wouldn't have played. Don't know these teams, these players either. These are qualifiers. So you're not likely to be meeting your top 50 or top 100 players unless it's Diego Schwartzman. Well, he's gone down the rankings as well, 142nd, but very famous tennis player. That's it at the moment. See you a bit later on then for the Champions League. English League 1, English League 2 and the Championship this evening. Have a great day.